As picketing and strikes by corrections officers continued at dozens of prisons in New York State, new Governor Kathy Hochul has deployed National Guard troops to secure the affected facilities. According to Associated Press, the start of their deployment began after Hochul said the National Guard soldiers are ready to stabilize the situation, in a video address that was released Wednesday. Hochul's office has said in a statement that 3,500 members of the New York National Guard started reporting for duty and will support corrections workers at prisons with tasks including distributing meals and medication to incarcerated individuals and help maintain general order and wellness in the facilities. The strikes have upended the lives of prison inmates and their families, who have been denied access to everything from lawyer to family visits, said Soffiyah Elijah, Executive Director of Alliance of Families for Justice, which advocates for families of incarcerated people. The lockdowns also restricted access to religious services, parole hearings and medical treatment, she said. On Wednesday, she said that families were reporting lockdowns and other restrictions at Bear Hill, Franklin, Upstate, Collins, Elmira, 5 Points, Otisville, Clinton, Green Haven, Woodburn, Eastern, Attica, Auburn, Clinton, and Wendy prison facilities. In a statement put out by her office, Hochul said, New York State filed an injunction under the Taylor Law and a judge granted a temporary restraining order mandating striking correction officers to cease the illegal activity. Striking guards could be fined or face other sanctions under that law. State prison guards union leaders have previously conceded that the strike is illegal and say they did not authorize it. Union representatives have met with the governor's team. They've said that corrections officers are protesting for better pay, heightened searches of prison visitors, and a reversal of recent prison reforms that limit solitary confinement. NATO members continued their largest combat exercises of 2025 on Wednesday, testing their ability to rapidly deploy large-scale forces on the 32-nation alliance's eastern border as worries grow over its most powerful member, the United States. According to Associated Press, the drills in Romania, which borders Ukraine, come as a shaken Europe grapples with a new U.S. course under President Trump. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has demanded that allies dramatically ramp up military spending and said U.S. security priorities lie elsewhere, casting doubts on Washington's long-standing security guarantees provided to Europe. Days before the third anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, the Steadfast Dart 2025 drills comprise about 10,000 military personnel from 9 nations as part of NATO's new Allied Reaction Force. They are taking place over 6 weeks in Romania, Bulgaria, and Greece. Although the Trump administration has not announced plans to pull U.S. forces from the region, Hegseths remarked that European allies must lead from the front, left NATO partners contemplating a potential new reality in which the US is no longer the powerful, nuclear-armed backstop for the continent's security. European allies have also expressed concern over being sidelined from talks between Washington and Moscow's top diplomats on Tuesday in Saudi Arabia on working towards ending the war in Ukraine. The fast-moving developments prompted France's president to convene select EU countries and the UK for talks this week in Paris. Wednesday's combat exercises in Romania saw live-fire training and trench warfare drills. Greek and Spanish Marines led exercises last week in Greece, including a mock amphibious assault. NATO's new Allied Reaction Force, established last July, is designed to deploy at scale within 10 days and combines conventional forces with cyber and space-based technologies. Britain leads the operation with 2,600 military personnel and 730 vehicles.
Admiral Munch, the commander of the Allied Joint Force Command Naples.
In the last decade, the threats facing our alliance have become increasingly complex and unpredictable. And in 6 days, we will mark the start of the 4th year of Russia's unprovoked invasion and continued war in Ukraine. To address this complex security environment, NATO has undergone a significant warfighting transformation. We have taken our defensive plans from concept to reality. This exercise, Steadfast Dart, represents the culmination of our efforts and the beginning of our new force that will defend every inch of Alliance territory.
Your president thinks that Ukraine was essentially asking for it. So, do you think it was an unprovoked invasion? And why are you disagreeing with your president? Thank you.
NATO consists of 32 countries, and it's NATO's position that it was unprovoked. Thank you.
As well as UAS assets. From improvised explosive devices. This is all about close quarter combat. TR-85-800 tanks are now moving rapidly into position, identifying enemy reinforcements on how to clear and operate in trenches.
Today, 1st UK Division has demonstrated why NATO's Allied Reaction Force is a cornerstone of our collective defense. The dynamic display, and I stress is a display that has been weeks of training and integration in realistic activities before that, is really a way of highlighting the capability to respond swiftly and decisively to any threat, everywhere, rapidly, with a multinational land component that is training with the host nation forces.
These logistic capabilities ensure